Hello. Been having some technical difficulties for the last hour. Trying to see my chat. I hope. Can you all hear me? Okay, let me see. Okay. I'm sorry, you all. I have been having problems. I don't know how I lost my whole connection, but it took a while for me to get my connection back, and I'm hoping it will stay connected. Can y'all let me know if you can hear me again before I get started? I just want to make sure. Um, Give me just a second. I'm gonna get quiet for a second. Hello, hello. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know who this live is going to benefit besides myself because every time I do a live, it also helps me. But got on, I went home to get on my laptop. Laptop was not charged up. Um, so I come outside to do the live and I lose my data. Just lost it. And I had to get some technical help. And that is what postponed the live. So once again, my apologies to everyone for the late arrival. Thank you all for hanging around and waiting for me to return. Greatly appreciated. So today we're going to talk about deliverance. Um, First of all, let me speak to everybody. I don't know if you all are still here, but Maritza, Lakin, Legend, and Let's Talk with Love. Thank you all for stopping by, or if you're still here, thank you for joining. And what I have to do is drop the link in just a minute. Okay. So I hope the link is dropped. This phone is slow. Okay, there it is. Um, Now let me get on task. Once again, I apologize for having you all wait for so long, but the enemy was busy trying to stop this live for some reason. And I guess we'll find out once we get started. Y'all forgive me, but I hate using my phone. I'm so used to navigating through my computer and I don't remember how to find a guest if one pops up. Okay, here we go. I see. Okay, so once again, the topic today is deliverance, walking into your freedom, breaking the chains, um, loosening the shackles from your feet. Okay, we got let's talk with
Hey,
love. Hello, hello.
hey, baby, how you
Once
doing?
again, I'm so sorry. I'm good. I mean, I
You
could
was
not believe
fine.
I sat here and tried to go on live, and the whole thing just stopped on me. I lost all my data, all of it, and I
Wow.
haven't upgraded my car yet to a point where I have Wi-Fi in my car. I don't have it in my car, so anyway,
Oh, but that
we're
was
here
fine.
now.
It worked out because I got busy around 6 o'clock and I was trying to be on, and I think it worked out for Marissa too because she had to go pick her husband up. So 7 o'clock was perfect.
Right, right. Okay. I don't know if we have anybody here. I can't see the chat. It's probably just us
Um,
two, I think.
let me see. It says you got two people watching my other phone too, because when one go out, I'm gonna have to get on the other one. But nitty gritty. I mean, not nitty
Right.
gritty. You is, but Erica. I mean, dang, I keep calling all your names. Um, Legend and Marissa was here, so I don't know where they at. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me wait on them. Let me
It's
call
okay.
Marissa.
No, it's okay. People will come on. I don't necessarily have to have everybody here right away. Um,
Okay.
it's fine. You know, we just they'll go ahead and hit that link when they're ready to come on up. But
Mhm.
once again, the title is Deliverance, walking into your freedom. And what made me think about this is because I focus so much on where I came from. Those last 10
Mhm.
years of my life were really rough when I was dealing with that narcissistic relationship. And I really
Mhm.
think about how God kept my mind together. I mean, I really think about how this man was like literally trying to destroy my
Okay, there
mind.
it is.
Um, I just heard myself. Are you still there?
That was on. Yeah, that's me. That my other phone. I was trying to make sure this one don't go out because if it do, I have to switch phones. But
Oh,
go ahead. That was me. I was trying to make sure that one was working because
okay.
my Wi-Fi is messing up at my house too. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Um, I don't know. Let me see. We got Legend in the background, in the back end or whatever you call it.
Not the back end. Oh
Hey,
no,
Legend.
What's
The
what's
not the
background,
up,
back
the,
brother?
end.
the,
Woo!
the, what you call it? What do we call it? I forgot.
I don't know. Just
Waiting.
not the back end.
I forgot what you
Shoot.
called it. All right, so we not dealing with that
The
back
back
end. I don't
chat.
blame you. The back end is no good. It's no good.
Huh?
No back end here. Okay,
Hey,
no good.
How's
hey
everyone
And
doing
once
guys.
tonight?
again, I got all. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey y'all.
Okay, I
Hey,
got
hey,
all y'all
hey.
here.
I'm gonna put
Once again,
myself on mute.
okay. Once again, I apologize. I technical difficulties. My phone just went out. Computer wasn't charged like I thought it was. Anyway, we're here now, and
That's right.
we were talking about deliverance, walking into your freedom. Um, basically talking about the things we've been set free from. Because deliverance is being, literally set free. Whether you praying for deliverance or whether you actually come out of something, you're delivered from it, you're set free. And the reason this topic came about for me is once again, I think about how I came through with that narcissist. Um, for some people, I think that all of us have different experiences with each narcissist. Mine played extreme mind games, tried to just mix the whole um, constitution of my brain up. Like I think I said it before, like putting it in a shaker and just shaking it up and down to just mix me, confuse me all up. And just sometimes when I think about how I'm here and I'm not where I want to be, but just to think about I'm here and I still have all of my mind. Um, I'm still able to function. Even though I do have some hiccups, I'm still able to function coming through what I came through. It was almost like um when they interrogate you in these, I don't know, say if you're in a war and you become a POW and they do this strong interrogation and it just messes you all up.
Right.
It was
Hmm.
intended to mess me. The devil intended to mess me up, but I'm still here with all of my function. And that means a lot to me because some people don't come through what I came through. And this is what made me think about the fact that I'm delivered. I'm walking right now in my freedom. Even though there's still some things I still want to get through and I still have to get over, I'm free. I'm free. And that's the thing that made me think of this topic. And I think all of us can relate to that because all of us have been delivered from something at some point in our life. And we still may have something that we need to be freed from. So that is the purpose of my topic. Um, Once again, I went over to the word delivered. It means to be set free from bondage or a stronghold. We're gonna run this, input and everything, but we can flow a little freely. I don't have a question. It's just basically, we each talk about whatever we're talking about. We're just gonna try not to talk over each other, no particular order, and we just gonna let it flow. We gonna freestyle here. So, I guess I'll go ahead and get started. Okay. Now, when I talk about being delivered, let me talk about what I feel like I was delivered from, and I call it a prison that I was set free from because it felt like I was locked down with shackles and chains through all of those years. And now the chain is broken, those shackles are deal with the deliverance factor, meaning that I'm not where I want to be in my deliverance. But thank God I am free. Um, that was my prison. It was that relationship that I was in. Um, Near the release, before I got out, before I escaped my lockdown, there were some things that happened um, in succession that helped me be able to break that chain and move on in my life freely without being bound by that stronghold because I literally went through a spiritual stronghold. Some of us hear that word stronghold. I was really in a stronghold. I could not break free. Even though I could literally get up and walk out, I could not do it. And that's what I call a stronghold. I couldn't do it on my own. Um, Sometimes I consider myself right now, you know how you get out of prison and some people may be on probation or whatever. Sometimes I feel like I'm on a probation. Am I going to stay free? Am I going to get out here and act up or do something to bound myself again? You know, I don't plan on it, but sometimes, I might be on a little probation. Sometimes my mind might regress and I think about what I got set free from. And, when God sets you free from something, you surely shouldn't go back to it. So that's another little angle. And what I'm doing now is I'm trying to break those shackles for good. I'm trying to focus on the present right now and my future. Keep the past where it is. in the past. Um, and there are different types of bondage. You could be going through some type of trauma, whether it's with your spouse, your significant other, some family. It could be mental, it could be emotional, physical. It could be financial. But those are just some little, things to think of when you're talking about being delivered. It could be the smallest thing. It doesn't have to be as deep as I'm talking. It could be something small. You might want to be, I don't know, delivered from drinking sodas. But the whole point is when you're set free from something that was had some type of stronghold over you, you're free indeed. So anybody got some input? Are y'all still here?
How long was you in your relationship that you're talking about, if you don't mind me asking?
10 years.
Yeah, okay.
10 years
Oh,
from 2011 to 2021.
oh, so this was okay. Right. Kind of recent,
So
huh?
it's pretty recent.
Right.
And it's not when you go through healing from something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can get through it and move on pretty fast, but I wanted to be totally healed. I wanted to like I said, I wanted to walk in my freedom. I wanted to work on myself. I wanted to be um, healed enough to be able to be uh, who I am in the next relationship. Not bring baggage. You
Right.
know, and so this is here I stand. This is where I am right now.
But what gave you the courage?
Well, um, first and foremost, God was working because, like I said, I could not move. I would
Mm-hmm.
try, and I know it sounds crazy. I would literally try to get up and move, and I could not.
Mm-hmm.
All I had to do was pack my bags and literally walk out the door. But I felt like if I did, it almost felt like there was nobody else in this world. I had to be where I was. That's
Mm-hmm.
just how it felt. That's where that trauma bond come in. But anyway, um, when I looked at where I was, first of all, a lot of during that relationship, I was drinking more than I ever drank in my life. So I didn't have a clear mind at one point. But I stopped the drinking and my brain, it got clear. My
Mm-hmm.
thoughts, clarity. I could see what was going on. I could see
Mm-hmm.
it before, but I wasn't thinking clearly. So therefore, I would kind of go like in circles. I would make up my mind and I would change it. Make up my mind, change it. I was easily influenced because I was under the influence, you know. And so um uh one of these cycles came around where he decided he wanted to step out and cheat and throw it up in my face, triangulate like I talked about the other day. Have this girl up in my face, take me from I'm your queen to I'm your peasant. You stepping all over me right now in 24 hours. And I was like, wait a minute, no, I'm not. I'm worth more than that. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
taking it. And it wasn't easy for me to leave. It was still a struggle, but I
Mm-hmm.
left. I left.
No,
That's what made me leave. I didn't feel like being treated like that anymore because I'm
that's
worth
right.
more than that. And
That's
then
right.
besides that, it was just time. It was time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I had stayed with him, I might be in a different place than I am now. And it probably wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
been a good place. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
gave me the strength and the courage.
Amen.
Yep. Yep. So
That's, that's all I want
you
to
have
ask.
anything you still trying to you got anything you thankful for, that you got out of, you didn't know you
Uh,
could, or you thought you never would, or
I think mine's just on a different topic, I guess. As far as I started selling drugs at 15 years old. Um,
mm-hmm.
and I sold drugs for a very over 24 years to be exact. Um, but during that time, I would say 4 out of the 24 years, well, 4 out of the 24 years, I didn't have a job. I always worked, even when I sold drugs. And being shot and being shot at and um, what I had to go through, on the streets, I don't think I would have ever got out of that. Um, I being on it, I never got well. I got locked up, but I never been to prison. So it's like 24 years straight, just being in being in the streets, and I just realized it's 2 weeks, and it's funny that you just brought this up. So in 2008, um, I see these spheres, these three spheres, in the sky, and I think I've talked about it a couple of times. And
Mhm.
I woke up and, like I said, a whole lot of things transpired after that. But I just realized 2 weeks ago, that my whole life changed because of that, and I didn't realize it until 2 weeks ago. And
Mhm.
this was back in 2008, 2009. And I just realized, because I always say, I've been doing good ever since 2009. And 2 weeks ago, I didn't realize until I was doing a live that in 2008, that's when I seen those, I'm call them spirits, I guess, angels,
Mhm.
whatever they were. And I realized, and coming into 2009, well, my kids always talk about it. They say, Daddy, we remember the worst Christmas we ever had. And I say, yeah. And they
Mm.
always remember because I stopped a week after I seen that. I stopped selling drugs, but I wasn't working for the first time. I wasn't working, and so I stopped selling drugs and working at the same time. And I just wanted to go, go straight. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get better. My house was ran in. I had my house taken from me. Had my house
Mhm.
ran up any 9 times, and luckily I don't know if I ever told you that story, but I kept getting these dreams that every time they would come in.
Mm.
And so 2009 was coming in December 31st, New Year's, and I was like broke, like flat broke for like 5 months straight. I was just trying to do the right thing because I've been just doing so much wrong, ever since I was 15. Um, and and I was just walking across the street and I seen a dude who but I was like, man, front me something. I was like, man, I'm messed up, man. Blah, blah, blah. It was going in the New Year. It was a New Year's night. And he was like, all right, man, I'm gonna front you something, man, blah, blah, blah. He's like, man, come on, get in the car. And when I touched the door handle to get in the car, I don't know if it was that man that was walking past or if it was just a voice, but it was a loud voice saying, don't get in the car. And so I turned around and looked at the man, and it don't really seem like he was saying anything, but so I told him, I was like, well, I'm gonna catch up with you tomorrow, man. So 2009 came in, and I get a phone call. Hey, Lonnie, was shot up last night. Blah blah blah, and um, so I was like, "Dad, I was supposed to get in
Wow.
the car with him, So it was just so many signs, and I don't even think I think I told y'all. It was a time that I cried for like a week because for the first time in my life I realized that God was holding my hand the whole time, and God was. Um, I just felt really bad because I thought I was using God, and I thought I just had taken advantage of God by just, I should have stopped. When
Mm.
I got shot, I should have stopped when my house first got ran in, but I waited 9 times to after that. It was just so many times God was holding my hand. I cried like every day. I was like, Dad, I just really, it was just like that. I used God, or I just played with him, I just, took advantage of all the times he held my hand, So um coming in 2009, um further, I, got myself together. Not that I was at rock, I was never near rock bottom, but it's just that I wanted to stop selling drugs and just, putting people at risk, It's just something I couldn't get out of. I don't know. It was just, and regardless whether how many people snitched on me, I had, every time, well, 5 out of 9 times they ran in my house, it was always I had a confidential informant. They was buying it from me and taking it back to the police. So, I had a lot of little heavy cases that I beat, and it was just such a blessing that God was with me. And then the 9 times that they tried to run up in my house, I just kept getting these dreams, and I would just clear everything, and and so I realized that God was looking out for me the whole time. So I'm just blessed that I was delivered. My deliverance from selling drugs and just being on the streets. Um, yeah, that I'm just blessed for that.
Wow, that's good, Legend.
Thank you. Any questions?
No, because I can relate to that too. I can relate to that too.
Oh,
Some things that you be delivered from, you think that because she said deliverance and hello freedom is
yes, I was
definitely
free.
is definitely a lot of stuff that we've been delivered from. But that same thing that we be delivered from, we got and tested in it.
Yeah,
And today, huh? And today I thought that I was delivered from, and I had the nerve to get tried and tested in it, and I didn't pass the test, you know. So
mm,
it's definitely a lot of stuff that I have been delivered from, a lot of things. And when
right.
I say that, I was friends with this girl. I thought she was my sister, my friend forever. And we was drinking our wine every day. You hear me? I'm talking about every day, turned up. We get a bottle, get another bottle, get a bottle, get a bottle. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Lord, like I'm tired. But she would never stop. So I'm thinking that
Mm,
I'm over there a wino at this point. So when God broke the relationship, I didn't even drink no more. So I'm like,
right.
did you deliver me from it or did you deliver me from the friendship?
Mm,
So it's a lot of things that that we have changed that that we've been delivered from. But Urka, when you was talking about the narcissist relationship, I definitely was in a 13-year one, but I didn't break that chain and I used to question myself like how because the type of person I am, if I want to be in that relationship no more, I used to could just leave it and
mm,
don't look back. But this particular relationship, I couldn't understand it. Like why I can't break these chains.
mm,
Like this is horrible. I feel horrible. It was 13 years. Like I was in prison, and I
mm,
was keeping stuff in, but that's the way that wanted it. He had a hold on you. And see, now I'm so free. I'm delivered from being with all that stuff inside of me. I'm able to talk. I used to be like, I'm not telling my business. I'm not doing that. But that's what the devil wanted me to think. Like, you need to shut up. Because if the Bible said that we free by the word of our testimony.
mm,
So that's how we able to get up and be able to tell people what we deliver from, we struggle with, and things like that because we're free, and the enemy hates that.
absolutely.
But when
Absolutely.
I was in that relationship, yeah, Ledger, but when I was in that relationship, I didn't know how to from it. I'm asking God to deliver me. Some nights I lay on the bed in the shape of a cross with my legs together on my back with my arms out, asking
Mm,
God to free me from this thing because I didn't know what it was, but he freed me and freed me from it because he was a
Oh, we lost her. Her connection was kind of messed up, but was she talking about that there she is.
I
Talking
got
about that
away,
trauma bond. That's what that is. It's the trauma bond.
huh? Right.
I said that's that trauma
So
bond. That's why it's
he,
hard to leave.
yes,
You
but
still
it gets a
breaking up.
little I'm breaking up.
Not right this second.
Can you
No, you going in and out.
I ain't saying nothing yet.
Oh, there you go. I hear you.
You hear me? I ain't even said nothing.
Yeah. Go ahead. We can
What
hear you.
Yeah,
about
we can
now?
hear you. Yeah,
Y'all
we
can hear
can hear
me?
you good.
Mhm.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
okay. So, like I said, God knows when we're gonna be born, and He knows when we're gonna die. And I actually really love this man, but I just know that the way he was treating me was not the way that I was used to being treated. But it stayed in years, and I finally had got away from him because when I was home in my house, I heard a voice, and that was the first time I heard God speak. And he was like, "He's not for you." He said it 3 times, and he said it very loud. And I was home by myself. When this man was asleep on my couch, he woke up. When he was on my couch, he woke up and grabbed my legs, and he like, "Don't leave me." And I was like, "What did God show you?" He showed him something in a dream. We went backwards and forward trying to make it work, and then he would cheat. Can
Mm.
y'all hear me still?
Uh-huh.
He would cheat, and I would take him back, but I actually really loved him, and I didn't understand the love that I had from this
Yeah.
man. It was definitely a narcissistic relationship. So I finally left him. I finally just said, "Okay, I'm gone." I moved to the DMV area because I felt like that was the only way that I was going to get peace. My kids is
Mm.
grown at this
Mhm.
time, so it was kind of easy when they got grown. This man just passed away a year ago. I feel like God covered me because if I would have been still with this man,
Yeah.
if I would have been still with this man, I probably would have been in a crazy house right now somewhere.
Mm. Mm.
I wouldn't have been able to handle that. I couldn't handle it when he died, but I would.
Mhm.
It was better because we wasn't
Mhm.
in that relationship. We had been broke up 5 years, but my kids still seeing him all the time. But I felt like God kept
Mhm.
me because I was still with
Yeah.
this man.
That's
I
what I
probably
said.
wouldn't be on this panel.
Yeah. Mhm.
So he delivered me from not the man dying because Lord knows we don't want him to die, but he delivered me from that relationship.
That's right.
He said God saved me, y'all.
Mhm.
Because when I love somebody, I love them
I
hard. Don't
know.
care what they do to me or whatever. But if I would have been still with that man, he been gone now probably about 8, 9 months, y'all. I will probably be in a crazy house.
Yes.
That's probably a big. So Urka, yeah, I understand when you talking about be hard and people be like, just leave. You can't just leave. You cannot just leave. But deliverance
Mhm.
and hello freedom
Yep.
is I'm delivered from
Yep.
allowing any
That's how it
man,
make you
you
feel.
know what I'm saying, do the
Yeah.
things that he did.
Right, absolutely.
So hello
Absolutely.
freedom.
Uh-uh. No. It's literally. Mhm.
That's it.
Wow.
And the way I knew I was free from that situation is when he said to me, he said, "What made you leave this time?" And when he said that, I knew I had mentally and physically broke free. And I turned around, act like I ain't hear it, and just kept, really? You think I'm supposed to be abused and used and walked all over top of for the rest of my life? I knew at that point I was free.
Mm,
Yep. That grip that he had on me, the devil had on me, was gone. Was gone. And that's why I said probation, because you said earlier that, with the incident that happened earlier, you thought you were delivered from it. You
right.
are, but that's why I said probation. Because sometimes we backtrack a little bit, but that don't mean we ain't free.
Yes. Right.
You know.
Both
Yeah, I
of you
can
use
definitely respect
Yeah,
that.
and don't beat yourself up.
Child
both
for
of
conviction.
Mhm.
go ahead. You can go ahead, let's talk with love. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying that conviction is evidence.
Yeah,
Evidence
if
of
you
your
didn't get
father
convicted
is.
by it, you already know what that means.
Exactly.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm thankful for the evidence because if I didn't get convicted, I'd be scared of my own damn self.
Exactly.
Right.
Both of you use the
Yeah.
word prison. Like
I
it
was going to
was
remind you that you told us that before. Hmm. So that's a good thing,
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, y'all, deliverance is definitely a lot of things for because we definitely not who we used to be.
But what do y'all mean by prison? Like it really felt like a prison?
Yep.
Wow.
Feel like you in a relationship that you can't, you know, it's not right. Like when somebody in prison, they know it's not right to be here, but you can't just leave. You can't just turn the key and go. It just like yo, you just held hostage because
Wow.
your heart. And think about see if you're a person that love hard, it's definitely hard for you to just walk away.
if
Right.
you didn't feel it, then something wrong with your heart.
I'm gonna leave y'all and come on another device. This phone is acting up.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Panda Express, you
But
still here?
just like
I'm still here, guys. I'm just
Oh,
on
okay.
mute, okay?
Okay, Panda.
I'm almost at my destination. What is that y'all call me so my man can
y'all
hear?
still there? Am I on?
Panda Express.
All right, I'm going on mute.
Okay. Whew, I tell you, boy, it's a lot that we're delivered from. I tell you. Um, I know there's some people in the audience that wanna tell their story.
I'm almost parked, bro. Then I can
Okay.
start talking.
All right.
All right. And what
Okay.
happened to Erica? She dropped down.
I don't know. She probably come back up real quick.
All right, I'm getting ready to pull into the supermarket. Hold on.
Okay. Hey, Larkin, what's going on, Larkin? Yes, indeed, y'all. I'd say when I dealt with this narcissist person, it's a long time ago. Now, this narcissist person, they just swore they knew every damn thing in the world, and it just, oh man, I understand when they talk about them toxic relationships, and I understand when they talk about being in prison, but mine's only lasted a good 3 weeks. Like my spiritual soul just couldn't take it anymore. That's just the way it is. I'm backstage. Lacking Kisses, you coming up? I don't know how to. I don't even think I can bring anybody up. Um, Let me see. No, I can't bring. Hold on, y'all.
Okay, I could kind of talk right now.
Okay, okay.
What was the question that the deliver? What did we get delivered from?
Uh huh.
Well, I was just asking my man, and he didn't give me all the right answers, but what he did make a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm totally delivered, but I do not drink like I used to.
Right.
If I do is on occasions, but it was one. It was at one point that I drank a lot. I mean, a lot. And also, I don't get as angry as fast as I used to. Like I explained before, um, I was like a firecracker. Like you say something to me, I'm like, what you want to do? I'm more conscious now when things come my way. Um, every now and then, if you have ever witnessed me have an outburst, that's because I done had enough, pretty much.
Right.
You have to really push me to a point, for me to react in a way where I want to lay hands on you.
Mm.
So that's one. That's two, as a matter of fact. What else? Because I feel like I'm still in remission of certain things. So it's just I'm growing daily. I just, each day is something new. Put it that
Right.
way.
Right.
So yeah, and
Right.
I don't curse as much. No, I'm lying. You know I'm lying, right?
Dang.
He's still working with me with that, the filter. But I think I'm much more calmer. Um, and I don't react as fast. If
Right.
I do react, that means that you done hit that button. But that's pretty much it that I could think of.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got totally disconnected. Had to connect to my laptop, so I missed everything y'all said while I was missing. But Legend, when I stepped out, you said something about a prison.
Yeah. Yeah. I was saying,
What?
I was like, wow. So it felt like a prison, you know.
Yeah, it felt like a prison. I mean,
Mm.
yeah, it felt like I couldn't escape.
Mm.
So, um, in the prison, you still able to walk around and do what you do on a day-to-day basis, and everything is all good,
Right.
but you can't leave the building.
Mm.
So I just couldn't get away from that man for nothing. Everything I tried, I just couldn't do it.
Wow.
Like a
hmm
stronghold.
That's exactly what it is. That's why I say I know what a real stronghold is now. Like I said, I
Mm.
heard about it my whole life. But until I got in that situation and I could not figure out how to just leave, I felt like I said, I felt like that was the only person in the world for me, knowing that it was just not the truth,
Right.
you know. And like I said, you were talking, Legend, about how something happened and it changed your course. And
Right.
that's what I was talking about when I said that some things started happening right before I escaped from prison.
Uh.
Some things started happening where my eyes started getting opened, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had some traumatic things that happened for me to leave. um Most people don't know, well, none of y'all actually know, but I was dragged by my car.
Mm.
I had just got my car. I got road rash on my body, um which changed the course of me as far as drinking, because I could have turned into an alcoholic. That's how much I was drinking to try to cope with what I was going through.
Wow.
And I had just got my car. It was a push button vehicle, first one I ever had. So I'm thinking the car's in park.
Mm.
I'm kind of skipping through just for sake of time.
Right.
And the car's not in park. And imagine you standing inside the door, standing up with the door facing your back, and the car starts rolling and it knocks me down. And I grab it, and it continues to drag me across the parking lot, out of the parking lot, across the street, into another parking lot. I'm being dragged. Um, After that, my back went out. I had a spinal fusion a few years ago, and um, it, a lot of things happened to force me to let go of that alcohol.
Mm.
And like I said, when I let that alcohol go, I had to face what I was really going through.
Right.
And it was easy for me to go ahead, or easier for me to let it go.
Right.
But things happen, like I said, when you're on the brink of your deliverance. Sometimes if you don't pay attention to the warnings or to the signs, or um they say warning before destruction.
Right.
Sometimes if you don't pay attention to it, when God really wants you out of that situation, he'll force you out of it. And like I said, I couldn't do it on my own. So all of this, I'm not saying that, God did all of that to me just for meanness or whatever. But
Right.
no, it all happened, and it forced me to clear my mind. Because one thing about it, I started taking pain medication back then because of my back. And I do not mix pain medicine with any form of alcohol. So it made me stop drinking.
Mm.
And when I stopped drinking, I was able to see, I was able to hear clearly.
Mm.
Like I said, a lot of people thought I was on some kind of hard drugs because I had changed so much.
Right.
But it was just the effects of me being around that negativity. I needed deliverance. I would cry out for deliverance. I would cry, help me, get that taste out of whatever it is I like about them, get it, take it away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly but surely, it happened. But it happened when it was supposed to happen.
Right.
So when we have something that's happening in our lives and it's time for us to, get out of that situation, God will make a way for you to, he'll give you a way of escape. If you feel like you can't get away yourself, he'll give you a way,
Absolutely.
you know. And so this is why it's so near and dear to me, as far as people who go through these types of relationships. And then it even goes further than that. I mean, you got people out here that got real stuff going on in their real life, and to play around with something that could potentially take you out,
Right.
and just take for granted that it is what it is. No, it's not is what it is. Because just like Sister Love said a minute ago, if I was still with that guy, I don't know where I would be. I don't
Mm.
know. I could be
Mm.
somebody on the street on drugs because he was an addict.
Mm.
I might have decided to give it a try.
Mm.
Thankfully, I never
Mm.
did. But I mean, I could be locked up. I could have been dead. That car drugged me across the street. I'm telling you. And God, I didn't know cars came in either direction. And that was a busy street. I could have got killed then, or unalived then, or however you want to say it. But the whole point is, when it's time, it's going to happen. We struggle, we fight, we battle with things in our mind, you know. But if you truly want to get out of something, even if you can't see your way out, God is going to make a way of escape. He gonna make a way for
Facts.
you to get out of what you're trying to get out of. And
So,
yes, I went through a whole lot physically, but I look at it. Sometimes I get upset because my back is all messed up, but I look at it as a positive because if my back wouldn't have got messed up the way it is, and I wouldn't have started taking pain medication, I would still be drinking and wouldn't have been able to see what I started seeing. So
mm.
everything happens
Mm.
for a
Mm.
reason. I mean, I take that thing seriously, like very seriously, very.
So the domino effect of what happened in the car, and then you had to get on pain pills, stopped you from drinking, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because I was trying to cope with the madness. I mean, these people will drive you insane, and they
Wow.
think it's a joke. They think it's like funny. It gives them a thrill to watch you confused and to watch you get upset and frustrated and screaming and yelling. They like it. They love it.
Mm. Mm.
This is why some of this stuff is happening in the sector. They love it. It gives them energy. It gives them, excitement. Okay, I can control your emotions. They like that. And so therefore, um, by me getting off of that alcohol and my mind is cleared, everything I could see, I saw it even better.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yep.
so yeah, it can be a domino effect. But when it's time, it's time. And people just need to stop taking for granted. You know, they just need to stop taking for granted when a situation changes for you. You know, you got to really look at that thing. It's not of your own, strength. It's not, because that wasn't me. I couldn't leave.
Right.
And when I left, I wanted to go back many times.
You better
Oh
But if
talk
wow.
it
about it.
wasn't for
Come
that
on.
strength that God gave me, if it wasn't for that, I would have went back. Because as sick as the whole situation is, I felt like I missed the companionship so much. Okay, Erica, you can deal with that. No, I couldn't deal with it. It was driving me crazy. So this is why I say when you walk into your freedom, it is something to value. It is something to be very, very grateful and thankful for. And I am. I didn't want to title it gratitude, but that's what I have. A lot of gratitude. I'm grateful.
Did you ever feel sorry for him because of how he act? Not feel sorry, but be like, damn, like I just wish you was a better person. Like I just feel sorry for however raised you. Like, like did you ever did your heart was your heart guiding you through this? Like, did you feel bad for him? Is that why you stayed, or did you
I,
was you looking for change?
well, a lot of women, we have like this hopeless, um, well, not hopeless. We always have hope that the situation will change, and
Right.
that's what keeps us connected for so long. But I
Mm,
realized it was bad. Actually, maybe 6 months in, I realized it was bad. Just
mm,
no good. You know, as far as me feeling sorry
mm-hmm,
for him, um, I'm gonna tell you what I felt sorry for. I
mm,
felt sorry that this man had been invaded by a demonic spirit, because
mm,
Come on.
it wasn't him that I felt sorry for,
mm.
as far as what he was doing, because I know it wasn't him. It was too demonic to be just a man.
Cool.
The confusion and the stuff I was going through mentally, can't no man do that to you. I don't care how much
Right.
they think. A man can't even
Absolutely.
orchestrate it that way. So
You
I
better
But
didn't
talk
feel
he,
about it.
sorry. I felt sorry because that entity attached itself to him and he couldn't shake it.
come
Yep.
on, Eric.
But
That's
at the
it.
same time, I had to leave. I couldn't stay. You know, am I
Mm,
upset? Sometimes I still get upset because I'm not where I want to be in my life. But the thing I think about is this: I'm not there. I'm not in the worst place.
mm,
And the whole point is, if I hadn't disconnected, I'm telling you, when you are with a demonic spirit that is sent to destroy you
mm,
on
mm,
purpose,
mm,
getting away from it is significant.
mm,
It's
mm,
really
mm.
something to be thankful for and think about. And sometimes I sit back and I really think about how I'm still able. And I know it sounds kind of, you hear me say it over and over again, but that man had my mind mixed up. And for me to be able to still even think the way I think and focus the way I think, I mean, focus, that's God that did that for me.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
So
right.
um, that's the reason why, it can go to the streets as far as these YouTube streets. You got a lot of demonic forces out here.
Right.
Because when
Yep.
you sit back and you take enjoyment in watching somebody get stressed out and watching somebody um uh you know just picking and picking and picking and laughing and joking at it and just finding ways you can just dig into somebody to hurt them, that right there, that's straight demonic. It
Yep.
is.
That's absolutely right.
Straight
Mm.
demonic.
Whew.
It
Mm-hmm.
is right because I'm gonna tell you something. When she said that, that thing right there brought back memories because I had to go to church, Erica, and I had to tell my testimony. That was the day I was getting free. Devil had no longer was gonna have a hold, and I put my church. I studied and studied and studied. I don't care what you study. When it's time to go to church and they're trying to get up there and speak, God gonna let you speak what He do to say. And I'm in the kitchen studying, and He knew that I had to tell my testimony the next day. And He walked past me, and I just felt something. And I looked at Him, and I said, you know, the devil don't wear red suits, right?
Mm.
And
Come on.
he said, what you mean? I said, I don't know why. I promise to God, y'all. I said, I'm telling you this. I said, but you know, the devil wear little booty shorts, little tight pants, little hips, 27 inches. And he looking at me. I said, I'm trying to tell you something. I said, because enemy, you know, he mad. He mad about to go up in this church. You understand? The man did not come home all night long.
Mm. Mm.
We was good. He did not come home all night long. When I stayed up all night, because I had to go to this church. See, the enemy did not want me to go get free. The old
Mm-hmm.
me's gonna stay there and argue with him and put his clothes out, go backwards and forward and stuff. Let me tell you something. I had to drag myself in that car. He came home 10 minutes before it was time for me to go to church.
Mm.
I couldn't even talk to him. I got in my and I drove down this long road, crying, hollering, singing. I can't sing, Legend, but I was
Mm.
singing. What was I singing? Nobody told me that the road was gonna be easy.
Mm.
I was
Mm.
singing this song all the way to church. I cried
Mm-hmm.
all the way there because I knew I had to go, and I knew it was the enemy that made this man stay up all night when he knew I had testimony.
Mm.
So that's why they them and them spirits when they get a hold of them demonic spirits. I'm telling you, it be such a on them, but you can see the spirit, you know, and you trying to I'm like, look, this is what I see, but the enemy wanted them for them to think that you crazy saying that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm trying to tell you what I see, baby.
Mm.
But he did not want me to go up in that church. He did not want me to get free by the word of my testimony.
That demonic demon did not want you to get close to God.
No, Legend. I cried all the way to church
Mm. Mm.
You
because
know,
I'm
you
like,
got some
but
that'll
you,
sit right in church with you.
mm,
Cause mine used to go to church with me and sit right up in there like he belonged there.
mm.
He couldn't stay still though, constantly getting up and leaving out of the sanctuary.
Mm.
That spirit was
Mm.
But
irritating him. You hear me?
he couldn't stay in there. Mm-mm.
Had him on
In
fire
and
in
out,
there.
in and out, in and
Ooh.
out.
Ooh, Lord.
You know.
Had him on
But
fire, twisting and turning and
mm-hmm.
everything. Let's
Yes,
go. You know, my heart definitely
yes.
still go out to him. I ain't wish nothing on him, but God, I felt like God covered because I'm telling you, I don't never want to losing a child, nothing, nothing. I don't never want to losing.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, them demonic spirits, them forces, they strong, honey. When they get a hold of somebody, but people don't understand it. The enemy can get in and use you when you got an open door. When you got an open door, and I say that all the time. It's so many people that woke up in prison
Right.
and don't know how to heal because that demonic force was able to. Once the enemy use you to do whatever he's going to do, he leaves out of you. That spirit turns off just like that, and they go back to normal.
Wow. Like you say, some people go to prison and don't even know how they got there. Oh.
Wake
Oh.
up.
Well,
They
mine
wake up.
didn't go back to normal.
That's a stronghold.
Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, it was a different level. It was different. It was different. I cannot tell you how. I can't explain it. I cannot explain. That's the best way I can explain it. Like somebody literally taking your brain and mixing it up in a bowl like it's some kind of hot cereal or something. Just mixing it up. That man was mixed, just trying to mix me all up. No, it was definitely on a different level. It wasn't just somebody punching me. Sometimes I wish that's all I did get. Well, I wouldn't want it, none of it. But to
Mm.
play with my mind like that, I'm telling you, it's
Did
yes.
uh,
And I haven't gotten into the whole story, but when I do, oh my goodness.
did can I ask both of y'all a question? If y'all don't have to answer, but did y'all ever get to a point where y'all just just didn't want him to wake up the next day, if I could say it like that?
I didn't. I
Mm.
didn't.
Oh,
I
No,
just
I didn't feel
I
like
got
that
to a
either.
point where I wanted.
To get away.
okay, okay. Oh,
Yeah, I never. I don't like for heart, but it's some people that feel like that. In relationships and stuff like that, that they can't get away from. But I never wish that. I wish that he would just, just leave me. Like just
mm,
leave me.
right,
Cause
Hmm.
like, why do you cheat and then you? I don't. That don't make sense to me.
right,
When a man cheat and they taunt you, and then when you get ready to leave, they love you so good, and then they come back, they do it again, and I mean, just leave. Like, is this woman that was what kind of coochie story she got that she not keeping you over there?
right.
I mean, it
Mm.
does not make sense.
Well,
I mean,
that's
that's
that thing
weird to
I'm
me.
talking about. Yeah, I mean, I say a lot of the terms when I'm talking, but that's that triangulation where they put another person in your face and you love them so much. Didn't you find yourself dealing with so much that you thought you would never deal with?
That's what I said earlier. Like, I never would have thought when I did that CD, and I never thought that I had the weakness in me to a man back after they cheated on me. I never knew I had that
Mhm.
weakness in me.
Exactly. And I got so
I
numb to it. I mean, I knew he would be wherever he is. Well, I didn't know, no. But once I found out he was doing what he was doing, I would just be like, whatever. And that's crazy. But it showed you how much he had devalued me and how much he had gotten into my head and make me not even believe in myself and feel like that's all I'm worth.
mm-hmm.
That's how
But
you know it's
see,
the
Erica,
hunger.
I'm gonna tell you something. I was very strong. I didn't know what type of
Mhm.
woman they got. I was very
Mhm.
strong, and I had a lot of respect around here. So it was like he was competing. He said, if I tear him down, they're gonna look at me. Everybody knew me. I could leave from down here, go to DMV, come back down here. Everybody knew me. I had so much respect around here. And it was like he was trying to make me feel low. So one point I
Yes.
stayed in the room probably 2 months, come out, used to beat my kids, go back in the room.
Mhm.
Because when that cheat did something to me. It did something to me. Because I
Yeah.
always used to say, if the man show me, I'ma leave. And I did, what I'm saying, till I got to that relationship, and I couldn't understand like why I can't leave this
Right.
relationship.
Exactly. 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 And when you've been there, see, of course I understand because I've been right there. And I know you in agreement with me. That's the reason why when you talk about getting delivered from it, look, that's a
Mm.
stronghold.
That stronghold was hard. I tell the people that's out
Yes.
there listening that don't understand if they in some type of relationship like that. It didn't take family, friends, and things like that to out of that, Erica. It took me to lay on the Erica.
Yes.
When I finally left this go on a fast, this man would come back. It was weird. But
Mhm.
I would put him out, he'll come back. So this one particular day, I put him out. My sister, she came home. Me and her was in the house just vibing, having a good time. Erica, I had no money when I put this man out. My
Mm-mm-mm.
son was still home living with me. My son would come in there and do the things this man would do. He would leave me money on the table. He'd be like, Mom, go and pay the bill, go pay the rent. Like, God bless my seed so he can bless. I cannot, since I can leave that man alone.
Woo.
So let me tell you this. Me and my sister, we vibing, y'all. I don't had no phone hit my fireplace and broke in the pieces. I promise you, y'all better understand. The enemy preached. The enemy said, call him, he'll buy you a phone. My sister
Mm.
was on the couch sleep. I had to get, and when I tell you, I had to go all the way in the spirit. You hear me? Because the enemy,
Mhm.
he'll get you a phone. Baby, let me tell you something. Before I knew my sister, she woke up and she done went in the spirit with me. Before you know it, she done went to the store and bought me a phone. See, that's how the enemy play. He play tricks. He played. If I get her phone broke, she gonna answer the phone because he was constantly calling me over and over, and I would never answer her. So he said, if this phone broke, I'm gonna call him because she love her phone. Honey, that didn't. My light bill was due. My son came home, paid my light bill. You know what I'm saying? God was just putting everything into place so I freely walk away.
God already
But
had it
it
in
takes
place.
God. He did, legend. It takes God. I promise you. It takes time. I had to fully commit to God. I had to and lay some stuff down. Understand like why am I going through this? Why I cannot, you know what I'm saying? I can't feel the Holy Spirit. I'm watching people run around the church, shouting, falling out, speaking in tongues, and I cannot do it. Until the pastor's preached that day, and he said, if you holding anything against anybody, it don't matter what they did to you, you don't have to forgive them. I did not have forgiveness in my heart. That's why I couldn't run around with the Holy Spirit. And when I got up, it felt like I had went to the altar. Don't know how I got there, but I was there. It all on the altar. I had a dream that I was speaking in a heavenly language. 2 weeks later, a dream. I was speaking in tongues. My dream. The next week, I was speaking in tongues. I had to fully commit. It don't matter what these people do to you, like this lady today. You have to forgive. You got to forgive because God ain't gonna come to your rescue without you got that forgiveness in your heart. Because if anybody out there that's in a bad relationship, a narcissist relationship, abusive relationship, you gonna have to come to God. You gonna have to you give that person that's hurting you. You're gonna have to do it because that's the only way out.
Yeah. Yep. I believe I have forgiven. Um, I still think about it and don't like what was done to me, but I think I have forgiven. I don't feel any guilt. I don't feel anything um negative. I don't feel, but of course I still think about it sometimes because like I said, the whole course of my life changed. But it is what it
But
is.
see,
But
God,
you're
He
right.
delivered us
You
so
gotta
we can
forgive.
teach her.
That's right.
Yes, He
Because
delivered
I'm
us
just
so we
like
can
you.
teach, so we can tell somebody else. Huh?
Yeah. Because just like you, it took me a long time to say that. I was with that man for 10 years and told nobody he used drugs. And I ain't talking
Mm.
about heavy. I'm talking about heavy, heavy, heavy drugs. I was ashamed.
Mm. Yeah, I
He
had a
didn't meet
lot of
my
stuff too.
family. I didn't take him around my family, like for dinners, the Thanksgiving, and that. No, didn't do that at all. I kept a lot of my friends away. Um, if my when my sons were around, he had to not be using, which I was always on edge because I didn't know if he went in the bathroom, he was using something. So you talking about somebody who was narcissistic, somebody who was in and out of jail, and somebody who was an addict. I was dealing with those three demons
Mm,
at
mm,
once.
Mm. Child, I know.
So it was rough.
I know.
It was rough, and I'm glad I got out of it. I'm so glad.
Amen. Amen to that.
God is
Hmm.
Yeah.
He is
So
definitely
that's the reason
good.
why when we talk about deliverance, that's a huge thing. And like I said, it can be something small. It don't have to be something big, but this is what I'm thinking
Right.
about right now at this minute. But every day I'm thankful for being set free from something. You know, I mean, I'm working on trying to be set free from this back pain. I just don't know how to get out of it. I mean, it's my back. I can't reach in there and fix it myself. So that's something supernatural that's gonna have to happen.
Listen, I was delivered from a sorry legend of my menstrual. Was delivered from that thing, baby. That thing tore me up all my.
What?
That thing tore me up all my. Honey, that thing stopped at 47. Won't he do it? Yes, he will.
Oh, mine did too,
Yes,
girl. Same age, child.
yes, honey. It was
The
playing with
same age.
47 to 50, but I've been delivered and set free.
Yes, me too. And that's something to be free from too. Oh Lord, I forgot all about that. Cause
Yeah,
that's a
honey.
struggle right there.
That thing like it tore me up because I'm like, what's her name, Lil Eve? I really want
Hmm.
because you over there again, over there with the
Apples.
little serpent, and man, we gotta suffer.
Hmm. Cause you wanted to
Shoot.
see what an apple tastes like. Hmm.
Yeah, she's fast. She was fast. She was a fast little girl.
Getting us in all this trouble. Half
Yeah.
our life we got to go through all that pain.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
grandmother used to say little fast tail self. Got on my nerves. Yeah, because right now we
Yeah.
all to be naked and it wouldn't even be, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even nobody wouldn't even
You
know
wouldn't
we
even
naked.
know.
Now we gotta go to the mall, order from Sheen. I'm tired.
Yep. And that's what that reminded me of that day I heard Legend on his live. He said one day that he was talking about something and said that Adam didn't realize he had a penis. Well, he did realize he had one. It just was pure at the time. You know,
Right.
there was no sin
Right.
involved with it, so they weren't ashamed at that point.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
So they knew they were different
But that
anatomically. They knew they were different, but it was what it was because no sin was attached to it.
Right.
right,
Hmm.
right.
Yep.
It's
Well,
just so much that go ahead, Erica.
no, you go ahead.
No, I just was saying it's just so much stuff that gotta be uncovered with this spring walk and with all of this stuff. It's like it's much. You gotta go in that Bible. I think one day on when it's my day, I think we're gonna do a and we're gonna all break it down and see what you get. Cause Ledger gonna get something different. You gonna get something, Marissa gonna get something different. I'm gonna get something different. You know,
Hmm.
we really gotta just get in this word and break all this stuff down. Cause it's 98.
Oh, she lost her connection again. Yeah, but that is true. You get your
Maritza,
yes, she
what?
But
is.
to God be the glory.
We lost you.
Maritza,
I don't know if
what?
you know you left.
Y'all left, I left.
You dropped and then you came right back.
Oh, it's dropping on its own, child. See, he play too much.
Uh-huh.
Do you hear
Yeah,
me?
Yeah, we can hear
yeah,
you. We can hear you. Hmm.
Oh, Erica, congratulations on your
Maritza.
fast baby girl.
Huh,
Huh?
yeah, I had to go in there and concentrate. People was catching the word in the supermarket. One lady was like, "Amen." She said, "Who you listening to?" I said, to my sister in Christ, speaking the good word of the Lord."
Yeah. But yeah, let's just keep in mind how thankful we should be for being delivered or set free from certain things in our lives, even though there's still some struggles that we have. The point is, um, when you're set free, that's something to be very grateful for. The Bible says, "He who is set free is free indeed." And
Yeah,
that's
Right,
to be stuck in bondage like that, because I call it bondage.
Right.
I
right,
was I was, you might as well say, I was a slave. I was what he wanted me to be, did what he wanted to do. I had no say so, I had no life, I had nothing.
Right.
But to be free, I don't even know how much we really think about how we've been set free from certain issues. Or we just, keep going on with our life like it is what it is. And not even thinking about what God gave us a way
Right.
of escape out of, you know,
But you
what
know
it
what?
could be.
Mm,
Go ahead.
we have to go through what we go through. You know, sometimes we be blocking our family member, our children, when we be going through stuff, so they won't have to go through it. And then we also got people in our spiritual line that we gonna run into that have been through the same things that God brought us out of.
That's right.
Right.
Exactly. That's right. That's
So
why the Bible says we overcome by the power of our testimony. And it's
yep,
not just us that overcome, it's the people that
right,
we talk to.
exactly.
And then think about what we just said. A few years back, we didn't feel comfortable enough talking about what we went through,
Nope. Mm-mm.
from feeling shame and, embarrassed, you know, to get through it and talk about it. That's another
Yep.
level at that point.
But that was the plan of us to be free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
He didn't. He didn't want us free at all. He wanted us to keep that stuff inside. And when stuff's inside and you can't get that stuff out, that thing is dangerous to your body.
It is. It
Can I
is.
say can I say something when you finish? I'm sorry.
You can go ahead.
Hmm.
There's one other thing that I'm grateful for that he is delivering me from. Um, hatred towards the guy that molested me.
Mm.
Hmm.
I find it today that I'm forgiving him a little bit more, and what it's doing for me is giving me freedom.
Mm.
I promise you, I haven't felt this good about Maritza in a very long time. Um, I thank God that He's given me the strength to come out and speak in my story, because I do believe that I'm not the only one that had some sort of experience. And I feel that He is using me and my testimony to let others know that it's okay to talk about it. Because for me, I find healing when I can share what was done to me, how I hated him. Now I don't like him. I don't like what he's done to me and to my sister, because that was another struggle that I had because of what he did to my sister also. Um, the fact that I can actually say, I forgive you. I forgive you for what you did to me. And the freedom
Amen.
that I'm getting behind it, I cannot explain. And everything else is just falling in place. With people that has done me wrong. Even the future, the present, I'm able to get mad a little bit and speak my stuff, but I don't hold on to it. I don't know if that's
Right.
if that's any difference. Um, because I used to go in. I used to not care. But now, since I have been delivered from these things, I'm actually seeing my life a little different now. I'm seeing purpose in my life. I'm seeing
Right.
that my life is not in vain,
Hmm.
you know?
Amen.
So I appreciate that, and I appreciate everything that he's doing and who he's lining up in my path. Even the ones that test me. So
Right.
I wanted to
Amen.
say
That's
that.
the good thing or the benefit of being delivered is the ability to realize um, you're able to let some things go, you know, because um, when you walking in that spirit of being set free, even though the past was painful or what traumatic or whatever words you want to use to describe it, just to know you got out of it and you look back on it, you can think it over and because you're out of it, you're able to forgive. And even if it doesn't happen overnight, when you're set free, it's almost like you able to set that person who did it to you free as well. You help set them free,
That's good.
you know?
Man,
That's
I almost
that's
choked
good.
over here. I almost choked because that's, that is a hard pill to swallow. And, you know, the more I talk with my sister, because it's like we're each other's counsel, and support, especially because we both experienced um this traumatic experience around the same time. I was about 4 years old and my sister was 7. And I forgave him for his part on mine, but when she started to tell me that he actually raped her and had another man do the same thing, and just different stories of what she still struggles with, it was like it built another anger. And I had to say, Maritza, God is releasing you from these things because your sister needs you. She needs your strength. She needs to know how you're doing it. When I told her about this whole YouTube experience that I'm currently in, and I said, Marisol, I'm sharing my story. She's like, oh God. I was like, Marisol, just listen. I feel free from it. The more I discuss it, the more I'm able to help others that may be struggling in the same areas. And I'm not saying that I don't still have my moments. I have the residue of it, but I'm actually learning how to forgive.
Mm.
And with that, I'm able to forgive people that does something that's not really that big. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting him do what he has to do in my life, and I'm not fighting it.
Right,
Amen.
right,
Forgiveness is a must. It's definitely a must, but sometimes it's hard to forgive somebody that have hurt you like that. I promise you. But it have to be done because just like today, when I was talking to you earlier, I had to go back and I had to think about when Jesus was on the cross and he was getting crucified and they was doing everything that they was doing to him. He did not cuss them out. He just was like, forgive them, Father, for they know
Father,
not what
so
they
they know
do.
not what they do.
You know,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, I should have walked away, regardless. Do the things she did. The people that did things to me in my life, I had to go to the altar to forgive them, and it freed me up. So forgiveness is a must, and it's hard because when somebody hurts you, that's just like somebody just walking up to you, stabbing you.
That's
Like you
right.
gotta
Right,
forgive that person that done that.
Hmm.
right,
And I'm like,
right,
dang, but you
It's
right.
got to
hard.
do it. But it's a spiritual walk in order for you to be able to do that.
Yeah.
In
I
the
just think
natural, in the flesh, it's not going to happen.
Mm.
I just thank God that I'm able to just be linked up with like-minded people that has been through things but not so severe, that could give me words of encouragement, because when you deal with something so traumatic like that, it's a lifetime memory. And to be able to
Right.
share what you've been through just shows so much strength that God gives
And
us. You know what I mean? So,
and
I'm
and
here.
free.
Yeah, it does. But another thing I had to work on, and I'm pretty sure y'all do too. Most of us don't think about it, but forgiving ourselves. Because
Yep.
I beat myself up for even getting involved in that. I used to beat myself up. But it is what it is. And
Yep.
Erica, you made a bad choice. You got stuck in something that altered your whole life. But man, forgive yourself, Erica. It's over. It's done with. Forgive yourself so you can feel free enough to move on and be something of value and of testimony to somebody else.
Mm,
I had to forgive
Yep.
myself, because I was my worst critic. Like, how could you do this? Really? You stayed with somebody for 10 years that did this to you? Really? I was beating myself up.
mm, mm.
But I had to forgive myself. And I still have to remind myself, okay, Erica, it's over. And I say it out loud. Erica, I forgive you. I say it like I'm talking to somebody else. Erica, I
Mm-hmm.
forgive you. I just say it to myself. Because only we know what we did and what we put up with. We know it. So we have to forgive ourselves. Somebody else can say, I forgive you. But if you don't forgive yourself, you're going to constantly beat yourself up about whatever situation it is. It's going to be a constant. And
Yep.
I find that more I release and speak forgiveness upon myself, I'm able to move and function a little lighter in life.
Right.
Some of the weight is lifted off of me. Yeah. So
Exactly.
this is the benefit of deliverance and walking into freedom, being set free. He who the Son has set free is free indeed. And I
Indeed.
don't care what it
Amen.
looks like, I don't care what it feels like. If I'm free, guess what? I'm free. I don't have
Um,
no
Lincoln
more
said, "Drop
chains
your."
holding. Drop the link.
Yeah, and I said it. I don't know if you heard me, but I said congratulations on your 500, baby.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, congratulations.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I
Uh-huh,
don't
that's right.
really pay attention to that number like that, but thank you so
Woo-wee.
much.
Woo-hoo.
I'm sitting up
Thank
there
you.
right pretty, honey. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see what Lakin got to tell us. She has some marvelous stories. I dropped it, Lakin. Mm. But what you feeling like, Legend? You quiet. How you feeling? What you reflecting?
Yeah, he's quiet.
Well, I've learned to forgive myself, but forgiving other people, I just honestly doubt that it will ever happen. I think I'll probably go to the other side without forgiving. So I think that's going to be my next deliverance. I'm going to try to free myself from
Unforgiveness.
yeah, yeah, forget unforgiveness. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what I'm
Well,
going to work on next.
a lot of us have that problem. That's why we had to try to constantly focus on
Like I
forgiveness.
just don't
Because a
see
lot
it.
of us had that problem. You know,
Like I
You
love hard,
saying
not hate
forgiveness
harder.
of yourself?
No,
just
Wait,
unforgiveness,
legend. You
period.
said you
yes, I've
forgiving
forgiven
yourself or other
myself.
people?
No, I've forgiven myself, but just other
Uh,
people, like I just can't do it. Like I love hard, and I love hard, and I hate harder. If that makes sense, like it, I'm too loyal. So when stuff, when people be disloyal, it's just,
that's me too.
it's
But
just
I mean,
not.
I
brother,
feel
I'm
the
gonna tell you
same
this.
way,
I'm gonna
you
tell you
know.
this. I'm gonna tell you this, brother. Forgiveness unlocks some doors.
That's
I'm
right.
pretty sure it's some doors that you want unlocked.
Mm. Goodness
That's
gracious, you
true.
had to mention doors, so I know I
And
have
I
to do it now.
yeah, that's something you gotta work on.
I would
I'm
love to see
praying
the.
that you get it because
And remember, just because when you forgive, it doesn't mean that you got to go back to how it was. You just know
no,
that
you didn't
you
definitely don't.
forgave from your heart. That's all you got to be concerned with. I forgave. There's no more bitterness. It is what it is. But that's something hard to work on is forgiveness. It's not easy.
Uh, uh, uh.
But if you know that okay, it's not for me, it's not for them, Lord. It's for me. I just need the
That's
strength
right.
to be able to forgive them. I need to be like you, Lord, how you forgave them when they didn't beat you down. I just
Yeah,
want to do that, Lord. Because I need some doors unlocked. Cause we it's hard to ask God for things when we not forgiving.
Right.
it is.
What did you say Jesus said when they was throwing the rocks and everything? What did Jesus say again?
Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. So when you
Oh,
say that, legend. That's a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." So he's telling us that they don't even know what they're doing because they
Mm,
have been overtaken by a spirit. Forgive
mm,
them, for they know not what they doing.
I learned so much from y'all. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
it's not man, it's the spirit.
Okay.
So you is not forgiving the spirit. You over there mad at the flesh,
That's
but you
right.
fighting the
Mm,
spirit.
It's
We're
mm,
the
not fighting
spirit.
on
Yeah.
flesh and blood. You over there fighting against flesh and blood, but we really fighting against wickedness in high places.
Yeah.
right.
Powers and principalities and weakness. Remember what I said earlier when you asked me what I feel, did I feel sorry for that guy? And I told you no. It was
Uh-huh.
the demonic spirit. I felt sorry that that thing overtook him because it ain't the person. It's wrapped up in a person. Spirits. You got God who has the godly spirits, and you have the devil that has some devilish spirits, but they work
Exactly.
through people. So it's you got to
Exactly.
look deeper into the situation. That's why I say I don't hate that man. I don't like what he did to me. I don't like that spirit. They used him to do what he did to try to destroy me.
Exactly. But that's because of in you, what God placed in you, Urka, when you were in your mama's womb, when you was in her belly, it was assignments connect to you. The day you on your platform, you teaching, you don't know who watched the replay, you don't know who's gonna be healed from this thing. That's why the enemy tried to take us out so many times. Legend, look what happened to you. The enemy was trying to take you out. They not trying to take you out, they trying to take in you.
That's right. Exactly.
Mm. Okay.
And that's what that devil was doing, trying to break down what was in me. But it just didn't work. I mean, to the
It's
point where
not gonna work.
literally, yeah, literally my life
It's a
could have been snatched.
calling.
That's what it is.
Right.
And it can't be taken away. It can't. No matter what they try.
But
I mean, that demon tried to destroy, tried to kill me, drag me across the street in that car.
mm-hmm.
Drag me across the street.
But you didn't die
Exactly. I was
because
worried, is
of
the
the
car gonna
calling.
roll over me? I was scared to let the car go because I didn't know if it was gonna roll over top of me. And to this day, I don't know how, but by the grace of God, I don't know how I stood up. I just remember standing up and watching that car roll backwards, about to run into a whole bunch of trees. And that car
It's
only had 500 miles on it. I had just bought that car. It wasn't even a month old.
it's what's in you. God is protecting what He
Mhm.
placed in you. I don't care. He can hurt flesh all He want, but that spirit, God got to say that spirit because it's something that you got to do. It's a calling on your life. It's a calling on all. I done been in a Jaguar, done flipped over. I don't know how many situations. Jamaican tried to kill me. I mean, they couldn't kill me because it's something in my belly.
Amen.
Legend, when you got, you still here. It's some people that got shot is gone. That probably got shot in the same spot you got shot in, Legend. The
Mm-hmm.
bullet probably lodged the same place, the same time, and
Mhm.
they not here no more.
Mm.
That's right.
Because somebody done been drugged by the same car, same way, but they not here no more. It's
That's
Mm.
right.
many are called, but few are chosen.
Hmm.
Whatever He placed in you, God is going to protect that. It got to come to pass.
That's right.
They say God will never give you any too much that you can't handle. If I said that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So Erica,
So
you
it
I
don't
don't
think
mean,
that.
matter.
huh?
So Erica, you don't think that was God with the car incident?
Yeah, I told you it was a wake up,
No.
just to wake me up, to
Oh,
get me
okay.
out of the mind, to get my mind clear, to get my mind right. Because
Okay.
he knew if I was taking any kind of pain pill, I was not gonna drink. And so to get that alcohol up out of my system and up out of my thoughts, so I could see clearly. That was the beginning of me waking up and seeing what was going on and giving me strength and the courage and the wherewithal to leave, because that demon was trying to take me out.
Mm.
Trying to
But
get,
listen,
anytime you get dragged across the street by a car, it was like the movie, something you see on the movie,
Right.
and I'm still here. That's
And I
something.
and I've been listening to you,
admit God.
and I had to think about it, and ever since 2009, I haven't drunk heavy. So
Hmm.
thank you for delivering me from
That's
drinking,
good.
because I drunk
That's
so
right.
much.
Amen.
Like I used to drink, I used to drink a whole bunch of champagne, and I drunk so much that I would take one sip and I would just throw it back up, but I would just, I love, I love champagne, I love getting drunk, but I haven't had a drink since 2000. I had to come to think about that. Thank you, Lord. Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
like you say,
congratulations.
you see good when
I
you're
can count. Yeah, when you now under the influence, you see very
yeah,
clear. Yes, you
very
do.
clear.
You
Yeah.
do. I
Yep.
can count on one hand how many drinks I had since 2021. I can
Right.
count on one hand. I
Yep.
had one at my mama's repast. I had one. I hung out with a friend one night, and that was in 2021. 2022, I had one, and this year we went out to some kind of pub. So maybe four or five since 2021.
Right.
And see, that's about like me.
That's it.
I can actually count how many times I've had a drink this year, last year, the last 10 years. That's once you
Hmm.
can count it,
Yep.
that's a good thing.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
That's it. That's
It's
I
good.
might drink on New
That's,
Year's, my birthday, and maybe Christmas. Other than that, shoot.
but you see how the enemy have to get your mind clouded so you can't see.
Yeah.
Because most
yep.
people, when you hear talk about these situations that they in, most people say they were under the influence of something. Most of them say that,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know, because he
Exactly.
got to keep your mind clouded so you can't see.
Yep.
Because as soon as you get that stuff out of your mind, I mean, out of your system, you can see, like it turned from day to night. You see it while you're going through it, but you
Yeah.
can't move on it. You can't, make a real move. You just get stuck, you know?
Mm. Mm-mm.
Mm.
I don't know. When I used to
So
drink,
that's
that
Like,
was my alter ego. Yeah.
uh,
man.
Lakin's here.
Hmm.
Lakin,
Hey,
you good,
Lincoln.
Lakin? You can talk.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
Hey,
Lakin.
baby.
Hey.
What's
how
going
y'all
on?
doing?
Good,
Good. How
good.
you doing, baby?
I'm
Special.
I'm
We got
doing okay. I'm
we got the
doing
special
okay.
guest up here, Lakin Kisses.
Yes, yes,
Special
yes,
guest in the building.
yes, y'all. Um, I've been delivered from forgiving people, not forgiving people. I had this thing where you do me something because I'm so like, if I say I'm your friend, I'm your friend. If you need anything and I got it, it's yours. Long as my kids got what they need, it's yours. But I've been delivered from drinking. I still drink, but my thing was, my problem was, I was a binge drinker. Um,
Hmm.
I would drink until, like, if I would go out, I would drink until I literally pass out. And I didn't know, I knew, look, hey, it's time to, stop, but I literally would drink until I would pass out. So I've been delivered from that. I don't drink like that no more, but I still drink on occasion and stuff like that. But I thank God
from delivering me for drinking like that. And another thing, I was putting myself, I didn't care about my life.
Mm.
I didn't care. But let me holler and tell them to be quiet.
Ain't that something?
Um, what I was doing, I loved my kids. I protected my kids from like harm. But what I wasn't doing, I feel I wasn't protecting them from them seeing me put myself in dangerous situations. For example, this girl had pulled a weapon out on me and my cousin, and I walked across the road. I walked across the road. The cops was out there and everything. I walked across the road and I punched this girl straight in the middle of her forehead.
Mm.
That girl could have picked it up, because she seen me coming. She seen me coming, but I didn't care. But the but is things they was doing things towards my children. And when somebody mess with my children, I don't have no understanding. I don't have it's zero tolerance. I listen to like if it's something dealing with school, I will listen. I will listen, and I don't just say, "Oh, they ain't did that." I don't do that. If they wrong, I give them they wrong. But when these situations what they were doing, they were hurting my children. So when she pulled the weapon out, I didn't care. Other things happened, I didn't care. And now I look at them, they're grown, and they had their dad, me and their dad wasn't together, but I feel nobody gonna treat you like your mama. Some parents, they don't need to be parents. But in my situation, you know, I felt that they wouldn't have had that love that I was giving them and stuff. So I'm glad God delivered me from putting myself in those type of situations and stuff. Because I was her. I was something else. I was something else. But what I learned, um, I was diagnosed with a disorder. And I wish Marissa was still up here, but I was inappropriately touched as a child. And what I found out, that's it put me into, by me holding everything in, I did say something. I did say something, but when I said something, I was beat half to death. So I suppressed my feelings. Um, so what it ended up doing, it ended up creating this disorder in me, where you know how when the hog get mad, you can't stop them. That's basically me. But what I found out that I was quick to fight because I couldn't protect myself as a little girl. So when somebody come up on me, I'm quick you know, to fight them or defend myself. But I don't do that no more. I do have to take medication. Um, I do have to take medication. That's why sometimes y'all hear me come on here and I just scream. But that's when I can't take it no more. Because I'll let people do things to me. And I know I'm off topic, but I'll let people do things to me. I'll let people walk on me, walk on me, walk on me. And when I react, it be bad. But I did learn on here to not fuel the fire. I learned to go ahead about my business. I learned to press do not recommend. Um, so I'm learning different little things on this app. This app do have pros to the cons. So that's what I wanted to tell y'all.
Well, that's good.
Amen.
That
Amen.
Thank
is
you.
really
Amen.
good. To be able to decipher how to conduct yourself through this app. That's something deep right there. This app teaching us a whole lot. A lot.
Yeah.
Yes, you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Y'all, let me tell y'all just two more while it's on my mind. I wasn't gonna share it, but I'm gonna go ahead on and share. Somebody asked me something the other day, and it threw me for a loop, and it was for something, and I didn't have it. I didn't have it. I didn't. I had them paid everything, and I had this bill. I was like, if I do this, they're gonna take money out of my bill. So I was like, Lord, I said I really can't do it. So I'm not gonna lie. I asked around, and a couple of people was like, no, well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. I don't know this person, and I'm not gonna do y'all. I swear, I stayed up all night, worrying. My nose was bleeding because I was running. I was praying, rocking back and forth, rocking back and forth. I said, Lord, I need to help this person, and I don't know. I said, I need you to let me know what to do. And I took my light bill and I put it in front of my television. And I was in here just rocking back and forth. Then I started crying. I was like, Lord, I can't, I can't not help the person. Yeah, I was like, I can't. Wait up. I was like, I cannot not help the person, you know. So my daughter called me the next day, and she say, "Mama," she say, "that bill you talking about that's due." She said, who you talk to?" And I said, "The light people." I said, "I don't remember her name." She said, when you talk to her, I was like, "Friday." "What Friday?" I said, "Last Friday." She said, "And what the people told you?" I said, "They said I had to pay it." She said, "Mama, you sure?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Mom, you don't have no bill." She said, "You do not have no bill."
Wow.
So I was able to help that person
Wow.
because I didn't have bill clear. I say, "Well, you paid it." She said, "No, I didn't pay it." So you don't have no bill.
Yeah, that's something else right there. Um, that's why, I don't know, these I'm sorry, I'm going to go off topic a little bit, but it's about these panels we've been having, how
Mm-hmm.
in a way all of it has been like connected, even though we got our own titles from where we got them from. They're all been kind of connecting, even from the first one, where Legend was talking about good deeds, past, present, or whatever. um it all links to um forgiveness, um being delivered from something, because we talked about anxiety a little bit. Was it yesterday? We talked about that
Mm-hmm.
a little bit yesterday. um all of them
Yep.
are, connected in some type of way. Our lives, we're sharing more, we're learning each other more, and we're actually helping people. So
Yes.
I don't know where that came from, but it just came to me right then. How um, we seem to be on one accord. Maybe two or three times this
Yeah.
week, I was wondering if I was gonna have to change my topic because we kept hitting so close to what I was gonna talk about. I said, man, we
Mhm.
all got the same mind going on here, the same accord. And when you're on the same accord like that, it can't be nothing but blessed. Even though it's gonna start
Exactly.
off small, if we keep on doing what we're doing, because we're not trying to impress nobody anyway, you
No,
Yeah.
know. But the
definitely
whole
not.
point is, it will.
It's funny, how all the doors that we've opened.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good? I was listening.
A
Oh,
lot of
I
You.
people
just
are
wanted to
afraid
say,
to share. A lot of people are afraid to share because of shame. A lot of people are afraid to share because the app. They have people making fun of people that been sexually assaulted, sexually molested and stuff. They making fun of this. That's not funny.
No, it's
That's
not.
not that's
Mm-mm. Not at all.
But that's why we chose to separate ourselves, come from among them, get away from those people.
yes, yes,
And that's
yes,
not to
yes, yes,
down
yes.
them, but it's not, it wasn't good for my spirit at all.
Mine neither.
Being
Mine
listening
neither.
to that stuff so much, and then going through a few things, it's not even worth it. I didn't
It's
come
not.
on this platform for a whole bunch of mess. I came on here because I wanted to help people who have been through or going through a relationship like that because it's
Right.
tough.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's tough. So
Right.
we all helping each other some kind of way. And I see that so far we've been on the same page. Even when blessings come up and talk the couple of times she's been
Yes.
up. I mean, it's all food for somebody's soul.
Yes. Yes.
Whew.
Yes.
It definitely
So,
is.
uh-huh. So
And
I
a
It
don't
lot of
definitely
know.
is.
people watching the bushes for certain reasons. Some
Hmm.
don't feel that the chat certain chats will accept them. Just like this one girl, she like the topics legend talk about. So I told her,
Right.
I said, wait a minute. I say, I know this awesome content creator. I say he's on that level. So she was
Hmm.
like, well, I'm gonna subscribe to him. She said, I'm not gonna come. I can't come in a chat because she's Indian and she's married. They not allowed. She said she's not allowed to comment on a man's platform, but she can listen. And the
Oh.
husband can't. The husband listened to my. Uh, when I talk, he listened to me, but he can't comment on my platform.
Mm.
So these panels, I believe, gonna help some. If it's just one person, they had a young lady
That's
in
all
my
it takes.
chat. They had a young lady in my chat. She was doing videos, and her sister told her on being molested. Her sister told her to take it down. People was gonna make fun of her, and I told her, I said, some people you gonna get some. You know how people are. You're gonna get some bad seeds, but if it's just one person that's about to slice their wrist or do something to themselves, listen to your story and go get some help or go tell somebody, don't take them down. And she was like, wow. She said her and her sister ended up getting into it. The sister got mad at me because she felt like, hey, I don't want nobody to see this. I don't want nobody to see what happened or whatever, because it was a family member of theirs and stuff. And I'm like, hey, let her. She needed to vent. Because you keep that bottled up inside, and That's how she recognized what I was going through or been through, because when I tell my stories, she said, I'm just like that. I'm quick to fight.
Mm.
And she said, I should say, I felt your energy without even seeing your face. She said, I felt your energy in your voice. And I'm like, ooh, girl, I said, you scaring me. And she's like, no, she said, I'm serious. She said, I'm serious. She said, I felt it. So if just one or two people, you know, listen, you know, could help somebody. Y'all all
Yeah,
told, y'all had amazing stories.
we all we all are getting from this too. And I'm pretty sure that people was okay. I done had some feedback from my inbox and from on my channel where people comment at the bottom, like in the comment area. We know that what we doing, is definitely helping some people because a lot of people have went through things that they buried it. We free by the
Yeah,
word of our testimony. And if somebody take that and use that against us, that's something they gonna have to deal with God. Because we definitely then got free. This right here
Amen.
gonna help us get away from this stuff. We gonna grow if we continue to stay consistent and stay connected and don't allow any in to try to taint us. We're gonna be amazing. We're gonna be awesome. I am who I am. You going This is me. This it. I ain't fake. I ain't phony. This is me. This is what you get. And I don't have a problem telling, my testimony because I just gonna help somebody.
right,
You
right.
know, I know it's gonna help somebody. He only said you just need to reach one. Just like you say, that's what God said. He said you just need to reach one and he is pleased. But on this sector that we in, we stuck in this sector. And if we
Yeah,
stuck here, you can't no way to get out. I thought I could get out of this sector before, but you cannot. Only thing you gotta do is do not recommend change the content, but it's all up
yeah.
to you. Some people have control that they can listen to the messy stuff and go on with their life, and there's some people that listen to the stuff and it affects them, you know. But I feel
I'm
like
that
that this right
person.
here we doing is I feel
I'm
like
that
that what we
person.
doing is
I'm that person. Stuff like that, it affects me.
about numbers, but just to
It,
keep it real, it's said that the mess get more than the positive. So you dealing with
yeah,
good, So, but it's the chemistry. It's something going on in the brain. Like you don't want to hear the positive, something that can help, but you rather just hear like the mess stuff. That is a
hmm,
little confusing, but I didn't know that until I came over here in this sector. Like, oh dang, people like to hear stuff bad, than good. So it is what it is.
I feel that it's a lot. What I see with all of this, I see a lot of hurt people. I see a lot of hurt people typing. But let's do this to that person, or that, y'all do
You better
that.
say it.
Y'all do this. It's that them people. A lot of these people hurting, and they feel, hey, well, we're gonna talk about this and we're gonna talk about that one. That don't make you feel better. It don't make you feel better because at the end of the day, you got to go to sleep. You have to go to sleep. I couldn't
That's
live
right.
with myself with some of the things that I see. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all did this. Y'all think that's cute? That's not cute. Y'all gotta pay for that.
Yeah, that's why I
But it's
said the
a lot
other
of hurt
day
people.
about accountability. If they holding themselves accountable, there's no way they can sleep at night. They can't rest
Right.
because you're
Right.
doing wrong. You can't. You can't rest. You got to be cold hearted and don't care if you're going to sleep at night after some of the stuff that's happening. You know. But
can
I
I say
tell
one? Oh, can
yeah, you can say whatever you want to say. Go ahead.
if we didn't never if we never found the doors um, that were placed for us to find, we wouldn't be here today. So it's a big blessing that we all found the doors that God left for us, to be delivered from a lot of stuff,
Amen.
and we are here today to talk about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, thank goodness that we was able to find the doors, and and that special key to unlock it, because some people, they'll never find the door, they'll never find God's door. God had,
That
let's talk with love. She said something. She said, God bless my seed. Um, God, regardless of what we went through, there was always a door that, would set you free. And like you say, God bless my
amen.
seed, and that was deep when you said God bless my seed, because you was like, hey, I didn't have a phone and this and that, but God already knew that you was gonna find that door.
Mm-hmm.
God already knew
Amen.
that your seed was blessed. God already knew that your seed was blessed enough that, that He would have that money that day. God knows all, and God, knows. God knew that y'all was gonna find that door. God already knew, so that's why we're here today, talking about it.
Amen.
Amen. So I'm
But
glad
what
I
you
Yep.
just
messed
said
up.
was deep too.
Yeah, we
Because
might
what
have to
you
go
just
ahead and
said,
go ahead.
I'm just say one thing to Legend real quick. I said what he just said was deep too. When he said some might not find that door.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's the truth. Yeah.
That's
They go
scary.
back. Well, they go back to what you said. Many are called, but few are chosen. So
Right.
the door
Right, but that's
right there,
scary.
you just can't find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a very deep insight. But if anybody else got anything to say, go ahead and say it or forever hold your peace.
I've learned so
I'm
much.
about to end this live.
Mm-mm. I'm about to take all this in. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's good to hear other people's perspective and everything. I mean, I could stay on all night to be honest with you because I love having conversations like this. But um, I'm getting ready to go to sleepy. Bye bye.
Okay.
Yeah, but if anybody else got anything to say, you can. If not, we're gonna go ahead and end this live, and we're gonna look forward to what Monday. Is that when the next
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say too.
panel?
Legend.
Okay. We don't have nobody for
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. Okay. All right.
It was supposed to be me,
So
but
Monday.
Okay.
yeah, on Monday. Monday. Yep.
And even if we
So
just do a regular
that's right.
live, just join in.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna do that too. Yep, yep. So we gonna go ahead on and end this live, and we
Yep.
just gonna
All right, yeah.
connect with
You have
each
a
other
good one.
next
Let's
time.
talk with love, Lake and kisses,
All right.
and
And thank
You
you,
too.
Lakey, for coming up on the panel. Thank all of y'all.
You're
Y'all have a
welcome. See y'all
good
later.
night. Be
Good
blessed.
night, y'all.
thank
Good
you.
night, y'all.
All
Have a good
right.
one,
Good
everybody.
night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.